Welcome to Brands Hatch in the GT3 BMW M8. Now we are doing the BMW Class Series race. Class in front has just gone, our turn next, and we do have the hypercars behind. We are starting off in position 4. There's actually only 4 of us in the GT3 cars, so not too many. I think there's a lot more in the hypercar scenario. But we're going to see what we can do and hopefully not also get tangled up with the faster cars coming up behind. Which should be the leaving now by the looks of it. So they're all one big pack. I do end up hitting the BMW up in front. Let's see if we can try and get past. I am running hard tyres. Hopefully I can get away with doing a no-stop strategy. I've not tried it yet, but I do have a feeling that it might work out. 20 minutes of medium tyres in these cars. It should be, providing I'm gentle with the tyres, doable. And I think the cars behind are going to start reeling us in. Surprisingly enough, there's not a lot of power difference between this car and the cars behind and the car that's just gone off track. I think we are all quite close to each other. A little bit, I think it's about a few hundred horsepower difference between all 3 classes. So thankfully that when the hypercars do come through and pass us, it's not going to be like a blazing bull shooting on past. Braking at 100 meter board, down in second gear, another car in the drink. We're going to see if we can make a move up the inside here. Yellow car blocks the doorway and the red car goes up the inside. Contact has been made and I'm going to try and follow the red BMW up the inside here. Contact from the yellow car a few times, but it is what it is. Hypercar is going to smash their way through the inside here like it's nobody's business. Goes wide as anything, comes back on the track and smashes the red BMW out of the way. I try and straighten that car out for him, and we are all back to one piece. Not too sure where position 1 has gone though. I didn't realise that it was that quite far ahead. How do I get a penalty? I tried rescuing that car. Whatever, Forza, you obviously know best. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hypercar that smashed through me and smashed the red car almost off the track won't get a penalty, but yeah, I did for some reason. Yeah, that's incredible, guys. Incredible. I don't get it. I mean, there was no room for that car to pass anyway, but I am getting through regardless of the situation because it's my right of way, apparently. Anyway, coming through here, silver car has gone gardening as well. Coming over the curb we go, a little bit slower than I should be. Hypercar behind, so I'm going to go to the left, give them room and let them get through, as I'm also going to get myself tangled up with the cars up in front. Can't grumble too much. We are in position 2 at the moment. Come on, pick a side, buddy, pick a side, any side you like. Thank you very much. That is another position, well, not technically a position, but a car managed to get past. Now I need to get past that car up in front, and Scrum is 6.5 seconds ahead. Quite the lead. I'm only 1.3 seconds ahead of RL Motorsport 779 behind, so I'm going to try and increase that gap because I want to be able to make sure that I have a good bit of time away in case I do need to pit myself. Now we have the BMW up in front, and there's an old school BMW there. Look at that. Not too sure what class that must be. Class 1 or Group 1. I think they're the only Group 1 in the race because I can't see any other blues. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong, but it would be interesting. I mean, they're going to win if they're the only one in the race regardless, so you can't really grumble at that. Getting a great run down here. RL Motorsport has managed to find a second, as I did struggle to get past the slower cars. Coming around this corner now, a little bit better, 0.8 seconds away. Getting tangled up with the cars up in front, cutting the track. I'm probably going to get a penalty for that one. Yeah, I thought I would. That was quite the cut. There's no two ways about that. Over the curb we go again. Trying to get through these two here now. I don't get tangled up too much, else that will cause me to slow down. The problem I've got now is the car to the left is quicker. The car on the right is going to need the room. So I'm going to go wide here. They thankfully managed to slip through between me and the GT3 car behind. I'm going to try and make a move on this BMW here. God blimey, I'm flat out and they're almost keeping up with me. All I can say is they have a bit more power than I do. Getting close to the edge there. And he's going out the other side. 0.7 seconds away from the car behind. Almost 10 seconds away from Scum up in front. Scum? I might be pronouncing that wrong. You can only laugh at me in the comment section down below. Coming around this corner now, onto the curb we go, and accelerating out the other side. 1 second away from the car behind. I need to really increase that gap and try and get away from them. Thankfully though, we're almost 8 seconds away from position 4. Which one... Oh, we had a great exit there. 1.3 seconds away now. Come on, we've just got to keep the flow going. And also not let position 1 get too far away as well. If I can do this no-stop strategy, and they're too far ahead, it really wasn't worth running the no-stop strategy. So I've got to make sure that I'm not bleeding too much time from the car in front. Got a hypercar coming up behind us now. And I'm going to see if we can let them get past in a moment. As I brake for this corner now, I'm going to try and keep to the left-hand side here. Let them take the right-hand side and pretty much let them get through and out the way. Then I'm not being a nuisance to them because I don't want to be rammed off the track again. And B, we're not slowing each other down. Thankfully though, we are 2.5 seconds away from ForzaMotorsport now. And 11.6 seconds away from the position 1, which is quite the lead. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if they're on soft tires. That could be why they are really setting a much better lap time than myself. I still think there should be a leaderboard screen on the top left showing your lap times as well, so you can see how consistent you are being. It's really hard to set a pace when you have no idea what your pace is, and if you're slower or faster than your previous or your past set of laps. It'd be quite nice to have. Just implement it, please, turn 10, and I think we'd all be grateful for that. And if you do think it would be a great idea, hit that like button down below, and hopefully Forza might actually see the video and understand things we might need, quality of life. As we have a bit of breathing space, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which is Jeffrey Anderson, Andy Good, DMC Motorsport, Sigmatic, Daniel Isons, John Burns, and AK47. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. And if you enjoy what you're watching here, why not hit that subscribe button down below. Coming down here just before the road starts on the left, braking into third gear, let the car coast round, so accelerating out the other side, catching up to position 1 in the blue there. So there is more than one blue. Okay, that's good to know. Coming around here now, braking down the third gear, touch the curb on the right. A little bit of throttle as we come out of this corner now. I'm going to go up the inside of blue here. Hopefully they give me a bit of space. They did. That's nice. I thought they would turn in. I was getting a bit overly cautious there. You never know, they might turn in on you, and contact has been made. I'm pretty sure Forza will blame me as well for it. Why not? 3.2 seconds away from ForzaMotorsport behind, and almost 14 seconds away from position 1, which is quite a lot. But we are pretty much halfway through this race, just about. It's a 20-minute long race, and we have 11 minutes 20 to go. So it won't be long until they are possibly needing tyres. I've got a feeling they might be on soft, but more than likely are going to be on medium tyres, and then for the latter half of the race be on soft. Or it could be the other way around, who knows, but only them. And I think that'd be quite nice to know as well, the tyre choices people choose during the pits. So you don't know the tyre choice at the beginning of the race, but when they choose to pit and they choose a tyre, it'd be quite nice to know. I don't know, just little things like that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Should we know what the competition's tyres choice is? That was a bit of a tongue twizzler. Anyway, passing underneath the golden helicopter, or yellow, looks pretty gold to me. Braking down to third gear, trying to clip the curb on the right hand side, accelerating out the other side. And thank you very much, buddy, to let me pass. Very grateful for that. We are now 5.3 seconds away from the car behind and 14.3 seconds away from the car up in front. We are actually quite far ahead because they're now on the beginning straight there. So they did manage to get a great old lead on us. They really have set a good lap times. Anyway, sliding out of that corner. 10 minutes of this race left to go. Tyres are looking really good. I must say so myself, and I'm quite happy with the way they are. And I have a good feeling that we might actually make this no-stop strategy, providing I can keep a good consistent pace up as well, and not obviously overdo the tyres. 6 seconds away from RL Motorsport now, and almost 13 seconds away from position 4. Ooh, that's close to the track limits there. Coming over to the 100-meter board, braking down in second gear, turning in and accelerating out to the side. A little bit clumsy this lap, not as clean as I would have liked it to be. And we're almost 16 seconds away now from the car up in front. Yep. And if I calculate that this pit is about 25 to 30 seconds long, I got a feeling we might be onto a winner here. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. At the end of this race, do you think we are going to win, keep second place, or we're going to fall off a cliff and have an accident? Let me know down in the comments below. Going round this corner now, accelerating out the other side, a little bit of tail out happiness. Got to try and not do too much of that and try and preserve these rear tyres. Accelerating out we go. Helicopters flying right over in front of us there. Getting a great shot of whoever is in that position over there. And accelerating out the other side. 7.5 seconds away from the car behind and 16.3 from the car up in front. I reckon these tyres are going to last this race, and that is the most important part, because the last thing I want to do is pit. Unlike, let's say we have 1 or 2 laps left to go, there's like 3 minutes of this race left to go, and you have to pit. It's going to be so detrimental. And it's going to be so pointless trying to run this no-stop strategy. But we also do have to bear in mind we do have a 0.019 penalty. Whatever that means. Is that a second, 2 seconds? Who knows? But we are doing really well. Oh, position 1 is in the pits. 15.2 seconds ahead as they enter the pits. We're going to go past them now. They are just getting their tyres fitted, and we're going to be out the other side. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see where they are time-wise away from us as they leave the pits. Rear tyres are starting to look a little bit more worn than it did previously. RL Motorsport is also in the pits. Everybody is in the pits. Oh, Damon has not entered the pits. He's 14 seconds away. 15.6 seconds away, position 3. And RL Motorsport is still in the pits at the moment. So, beginning half this race, they were 13 minutes before they entered the pits. And at the end of that, they were 16 seconds away. We only have 7 minutes left of this race to go. Position 3 at the moment is 15.7 seconds away. But we do also have to bear in mind they are going to be either on soft tyres or B, medium tyres. But they're going to be on fresh tyres. So they're going to be quicker than me because I am on worn hard tyres. So as I come sliding around that corner, looking majestic and holding on to it, we may have to step up the pace a little bit, which can only mean more tyre wear, and we must make sure we do not fall off this track, because that is the biggest part here. And hopefully Damon can hold back Scum behind and not let them through a bit longer than they would want, because the longer they're behind Damon, the longer it takes for them to catch up to me, and that's what I've got in my mind at the moment. As I come around this corner now, 6 minutes of this race left to go. Position 3 is still stuck behind position 2 right now. Oh, position 2's gone into the pits. Okay. Scum 14503 has a clear view on me and their sights as they go around turn 1. So I've got to make sure I keep them at bay as long as I can. RL Motorsport is now 42 seconds away, but I think Damon is going to be much longer than that now as they come out of the pits to the other side. I think RL Motorsport is going to be able to pass them, and yeah, 17.4 seconds away position 2 is, and they don't have a penalty also. 5.5 minutes of this race left to go. Got to keep the pressure on, keep the power down, and oddly enough, there's not that many cars overtaking me at the moment. It's been a little while. And I'm not grumbling, I'm not going to lie, I'm not grumbling, but I'm kind of curious of how many people has actually quit the race. Going around this corner now, nicely done. And braking at the 100-meter board down to second gear, turning in, and then accelerating out the other side. Rear tyres are not far off clicking onto minor wear. Hopefully when I do go into minor wear, the minor wear lasts longer than it usually does. I'm hoping for, because last thing I want to do is finish this race on the moderate wear, because the back of this car is going to be flopping around anywhere. 15.8 seconds away Scrum is, and 42 seconds away RL Motorsport. So even if we do go into the pits, we may come out the other side before RL Motorsport, but we certainly won't come out in front of Scrum 14503. Now we've lost a second somewhere. They're 15.3 seconds away. I'm getting a little bit nervous now. I reckon there's probably 2, maybe 3 laps of this race left to go, and I don't think I'm going to lose 15 seconds in 3 laps. I do hope not, unless I fall off the track, and that's one of my biggest fears at the moment as well, is making a slight mistake and going off the track as I'm getting close to the limits there. And accelerating out the other side, 100-meter board, down to 3rd gear, over the curb we go. And yeah, the back end starting to step out quite a bit now. I'm not running much downforce on the rear, if any at all, which will be detrimental later on in a race, where downforce might be assisting the lack of tyre grip. 13.5 seconds away, closing that door. I think they got a quite clear run on me, and nobody blocking them up in front. We are catching up to a car ahead, which hopefully we can get past safely and quickly. I think it's one of those M2s again. Hopefully they see me come up behind and just nicely glide out the way, let me through, and then I'm not getting held up by another car. Oh, they must have read my mind. Thank you ever so much, sir. That was much appreciated. Cannot grumble at that. Right, coming around this corner now, down into 3rd gear, knock it into 2nd gear for better rotation, and accelerating out the side. A little bit clumsy through that corner, but accelerating out the other side nonetheless, and still on the tarmac, which matters the most. 12 seconds away from the car behind, 50 seconds away from Damon. I think RL Motorsport had an incident, because they are now 59 seconds away. So yeah, because I would have expected RL Motorsport to be in front of Damon. So yeah, I wonder if they had an incident by themselves. It's the only excuse I can think of. As I go over this curb, I'm slower than usual. Rear tyres are on, minor wear. 2 minutes of this race left to go, so that's probably a lap and a bit. And I'm 10 seconds away from the car behind. Now again, they're going to be on a better tyre compound. I do have a couple of cars up ahead of me. Hopefully I'm not going to get held up too much. Front left-hand tyre has now clicked onto minor wear. Things are going to get a little bit spicy, I think. Hopefully I can keep that car away. And that penalty isn't too big. That's what I'm hoping for. As we're coming up the hill, braking at 100-meter boards. Coming around this corner now, got to be gentle when I accelerate onto the power. Make sure this car doesn't slide too much. And coming down, here we go. Round this corner now. That's nicely done. And accelerating out the other side. 100-meter board, down to 3rd gear, then down to 2nd gear. As coming around this corner and accelerating out the other side. I kept it in 3rd gear this time to make sure the car doesn't have a little bit of a moment lock up or accelerate out too hard, trying to really preserve myself and stay on the tarmac rather than being the fastest on the tarmac. Now catching up to Timo, 180 up in front. Come on, let me through, come on, beep, 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 let's go, up the inside. That is that move committed. Now I've got one more up in front of me to go. 45 seconds of this race left, 8.3 seconds away from the car up in front, car behind, sorry. 8.4, 8.5, that's good news for me. Come on, let's go. 30 seconds of this race left to go. Rear tyres are still on minor wear. There could be any moment they're going to click onto moderate. We do have a hypercar coming up behind me, so I'm going to keep to the left here, let them take the tighter angle. They will have better cornering abilities than myself, and I've got another hypercar behind me. Oh dear, we went off track. Must have got caught in a bit of air wash. 5 seconds of race left to go. Shum 14503 is still over 6 seconds away, as we finished the race in position 1. Smashing news, and it worked out. An actual plan that worked out well. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time. Goodbye.